Hi, I'm aware it's been quite some time, and I am certainly aware that it sounds as if I am now recording on that of a potato. You see, unlike many people who inhabit this location of the interwebs, I find myself always at odds with the here, with the now, and what will happen. Always facing your battles today may be exactly all that you need to see tomorrow. But if you can battle through the now, you may be able to make split decisions that will actually help you for your tomorrow. I need you to imagine clocking into your 9 to 5, walking in and seeing the invasion of Iraq happening all within the vicinity of your small office cubicle. Now, imagine, if you will, your boss, in a reasonable state, looks at you and says, I'll need you to work around the hectic work environment, and leaves. That's what it's like to live over here and get anything done. As I too identify as a cybernetically enhanced amputee middle-aged male who struggles with the nightly predicament of safe masturbation, the forever winter may be all that you're looking for. You find yourself in what remains of the boots of an old man, a gas station tweaker, the average African American male, or perhaps something a little bit more fancy. I've been playing this game since it has released not too long ago, and here is what I have gathered. People don't like the water drain system. The graphics are that of the average weekend at Diddy's, spontaneous, really well dressed, and kind of fucked up. And from my personal view, battle spawns, they make no fucking sense. Outside of that, it's fucking exactly what I expected from this early access beta. What I didn't expect is my infatuation with it. Some would say it's the you're not this man, you're this man. But I like to think of myself as this man.
Durka Durka, Muhammad Jihad, Haka Sherpa Sherpa, Bakala.
I see this game as a beautiful suggestion, and honestly, I can really fucking hop on the hopium train, as in the real life, in the modern world,
was recently arrested for public masturbation. Top Keck. I am petitioning to lower his $1.6 billion bail. The police did not know that he was simply hood irony LARPing.
that's all we have left. You see, I don't think of this game as an artistic, conceptual message. I see this as a glimpse into the near future, where the possibility one day soon, we will all have the Russians, Chinese, and German men all fighting to the death in our backyard. In fact, with the current state of things, and even possibly with the current city you're living in, this may be very well a possibility right now. So buckle up, because I'm finna walk through this game's prepubescent beta that is held together with hopes and dreams of the player base not getting bent like other amazing game devs who hate their community. I'm looking at you, Nikita. See, I mentioned before the game dynamic, but I didn't mention the sweet sexual gameplay. You see, Marauders had you picking through trash. Tarkov had you selling it. But this game has you fucking living in it. That's not a bad thing. I too like scaring the hoes like Oscar the Grouch. Who needs to fight to win when you could just wait to kill the victor? Or just run like a bitch when you realize that he has quite a few like-minded individuals right next to him. You get quests that range from anywhere from gathering supplies, kill a few members of the one of the three factions, or show up to a location that you've been to a few times and leave. I'm not even joking. People complain about the water system, but I personally find that the system to be negligible when all I have to do is spawn in a location, crab walk from one side of the map to the other side of the map, and like that, wham, bam, Afghanistan. You have another 24 hours Look, I understand doomsday clocks are not for everyone, but have you ever played XCOM, where the days equal literal fucking minutes? I think you can spare up some time to game with the boys for 2 hours once a week and get 2 weeks of water. I'm not joking. I've been playing with myself. Honestly, I think that's how the game was supposed to be played. Or at least, that's what I tell myself in the mirror before I cry myself to sleep in a cardboard box at night. Anyways, I feel as if the water depletion is not the issue at hand here. I feel like it's the absolute fucking foobar state of the game spawns. Side note, just to kind of shoot this out here, they actually have kind of fixed that. I think right now we're on like a full ass week and a half by. I no longer get dudes to just magically exist behind me within matters of seconds of me doing something. There are some maps where that's like finicky though. I'll get to that probably in a little bit, but no, nothing to think about. I'll get to that a little bit more later, but as of now, the only one I would tell you is a genuine problem. From the fucking name of it. Scrapyard Nexus. Scrapyard Nexus is a little sketchy, but I'll get to that later. As besides popping into literal fucking reality like the Terminator, just to eradicate me from this fucking realm, at complete random, they also, oddly, don't spawn the enemy I need to hunt, find, and kill. And if you too are looking to extract the AA computer for the Russians, you too can get bent. As even the Reddit board didn't really have an answer to that. The dev referred to this as combat voyeurism. Personally, I believe the dev is fucking wrong about his own game. As from my experience, I don't get off on others fighting. I get off when I inform that last man standing that he's still in a fight, and I'm fitting to be a bullshit boss fight. Sun Tzu said, jump a pack might win if odds are in favor. Jump a pack already wounded, hurting, one-eyed, and permanently maimed, majored in college race theory degree, you will win every time. Personally, I like getting the boss missions, as not only does it give me a good reason to bust out the 50 cal BMG and the grenade launcher. For a game that is basically a one-ended copy of the current development process, which I'd argue is a third of the way due and how everything really is, it's not that bad. In fact, I'd say it's pretty fucking awesome. Go figure. Turns out if the devs don't ghost after beta drop, and you start to have high hopes. But anyways, I wish we could all say the same about that Tinder date last night. But anyways, there's a lot of shit that already is going on, especially with the firearms. I'm not even fucking around with that. You can donate guns to fellow bums, fundamentally arming the other 11.
Time will stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody looks what's going down.
You can buy new guns and sell broken ones to also fundamentally arm the other 11. Or, my favorite, customize the living shit out of every gun you can possibly find. And there is an autistic amount of guns to find. I think in the entire process of this game being developed so far, they maybe mentioned once that they were going to have a lot of guns. If this is what I think 1/3 of the development process looks like, I'm simply ecstatic when they add even more niche original guns with even more dots and scopes to make a FUD have an existential crisis.
Chanel optics got me seeing shit.
On this quest I present to you, I'm going to be making it to 55 days and tell you about my experience. Your initial entry to the game greets you with a basic tutorial on how the main base functions, only to follow up with being sexually assaulted by a legion of zombies. That's a great foreshadowing if I've ever seen one. This game will have minutes of dead silence, be completely snuffed and suffocated out by thunderous roar of Chinese gunfire. It is prime time to explain the factions you will be questing for. The scavs are your peeps, your homies. A couple of quests to help you along, just so you're not just such a broke-ass bitch boy, barely surviving with your Romanian Draco piece of shit.
Ready?
B tier. The Asians, or should I be saying the Eurasians, a construct of all southeastern portions of Greater China. This faction often gives you the easiest quests, but I will now inform you of the consequences. You see, the more you quest for a faction, the bulkier they seem to get, both in numbers and armor and gear. If you think the starting version of the Eurasian faction have some numbers, just do some quests for them. The Euruskins, ran by their honorable leader Vladimir ran by their honorable leader Daddy Vladdy Rezmanov Putin VIII, being suspended in a cryo chamber, frozen like Walt Disney, until they can find a cure for super AIDS. That part is bullshit. But what isn't bullshit is this faction is contrived of Russia, Uzbekistan, Chechnya, and other pro-Russian states. Their representative, Vladivlets, or at least I'm pretty certain that's what their representative, Vladivlets, fuck, or at least I'm pretty certain that is how it is spelt in the barbaric tongue of Cyrillic. Daddy Vladdy will give you some of the most autistic missions absolutely possible. In correlation to this, Euruska and Eurasia are seemingly allied with each other. Now, of course, this is fine. But what I am certain is in the map of Scrapyard Nexus, those assholes morph into the fucking Borg the moment you lay a finger on that goddamn totem. Did I mention this faction also has Africa as a part of their unified party? No? Well, now you know that. You can't unsee that. But if there's anything to take away from the Euruskins, it's that I don't feel like they are complete. They don't have a traitor, and their missions don't make sense, seeing how at the soonest convenience they attempt to make me into Piper Perry if I don't immediately genocide them in fucking droves, especially when I'm questing for them. Fuck the Euruskin faction. They are basically impossible to actually gain rep with, as they will puppy guard you from actually doing well with them. This being said, I have tried to quest their rep up. It's almost impossible. I only made it to yellow. The reputation tiers, by the way, go from red, yellow to green. Red meaning disliked. Yellow meaning neutral. And green meaning they will actually talk to you. Finally, the Europeans, which stands as a remainder of NATO, which is pretty fleshed out as a faction, and their missions are rather balanced. I am not picking favorites, as the European snipers are punk-ass bitches, and will fucking machine gun you with a Barrett 50 cal from 5 miles away at any given physical opportunity. They come in teams, by the way. They run with both solid armor, guns, and fire teams. Relatively balanced units. In fucking quotations. If there's anything to note, it's this. The Asians have numbers. The Slavs have armor and heavy-hitting guns.
Where the RPD, though?
And the Americans have decent general everything. This being said, in the current state of the game, you will often find yourself questing for the Americans or Asians, as their traders are the ones who give you 80% of what you will be using. Personally, I advise leveling up the Americans and Eurasians for their grenade launchers. The Asians for the AK and RPK. And, like that, you have found the perfect build. Meant to literally do everything.
Big Russian gun, part of my personality. Hey, guys are always like we live in a society.
Speaking of making the perfect weapon, I need to personally congratulate the foaming from the mouth, raging autism they had behind the firearms development for this game. Give that man a Perverton tablet and tell him to do it again. They have everything in here. You can swap a barrel of your AK. I don't really see how the scavs... I don't really see how the scavs have barrel press and a way to press the rivets, as I personally assume the shit behind the scenes when they are forging your guns at times looks like the forges of Isengard in this scenario. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The M16 models are all generally as M16 models go. They're pretty universal. And then the more niche firearms, you have the off-brand Barrett 50 cal. You also have a machine gun that wasn't used since the late 60s, and a machine gun that's used all the time. Where my RPD, though, doe? Anyways, for starting, you'll want to do Scorched Enclave. It's basic, it's fun, it's interesting, it's short and small. Just whatever you do, don't find yourself there at night. The spawns are easy to remember, and all the battles are pretty cut and dry. When you're feeling frisky and open-minded, like the college dorm horde that you are, I personally would advise going Elephant Mausoleum. I love this map, and definitely shows the true inspirations from both the movie Mad God, and also from the deep, inert, insane fucking art style of the original art devs. It's violent, it's fun, it's fast, and in some places, scary as fuck. Now, anything beyond this point gets a little dodgy. Scrapyard Nexus is fucking Afghanistan logic, where basically everyone and their mother is shooting at each other in a dark, dingy alleyway. If you find yourself questing here, bring the right amount of ammo. You'll fucking need it. Ashen Mesa is honestly very strange being here. A battle taking place along a long strip of highway in a desert with a town on one side and a beached battleship on the other, where seeing shit is almost fucking impossible. Not bad, but yet I don't have any good advice, outside of bring a flashlight on your gun. When you get into any base, house, boat, you're gonna be blind as Helen Keller in a swimming pool, if you don't have a flashlight on your gun. Lastly, mech trenches are its own breed. I haven't exactly quested here well, and I don't think you will either. This place is interesting, to say the least. I will advise a shotgun and a lot of happy thoughts. So, another side note, I figured this out on, like, day 6 or 7 of recording. So this is going to be an afternote, really. I had actually figured out in mech trenches where the server room and the giant mech to sabotage for the Eurasians and Euruscans. They ask you to do that in one of their quest lines. It's to the right of the elevator spawn if you hike up the fucked up scaffolding. I'm not really going to explain much from there, as I hope this alone just kind of helps someone. If you're like me and you don't want someone just dishing out the immediate answers to the problem in video games and you like kind of discovering it on your own, I hope that helps you just get a good idea where the fuck to go. And if you find yourself at any of these places at night, good luck. Stay quiet.
Don't let them see you.
This game, I will also admit now, is at times painfully under development. Not many people can play, as it expects your computer to have a 20 series NVIDIA or a 5K series AMD. This isn't terrible, but definitely leaves the community of malnourished in numbers, as I too once played off of an easy bake oven. This being said, I often find myself playing alone, or with completely random strangers who joined me and I didn't even notice. I leave my lobby open, not even needing to think about it, actually. But, this being said, if you do find someone to play with, the game is about 20 times more fun, even if it's their first day, and they feel safest crab walking across the map. Me, I choose my missus, and it's actually extremely fun for couples. Seeing how games like this are not her preferred game, I am genuinely impressed with the fact that the art style alone can enthrall most to at least be intrigued.
But they're also cunts. Alright, where the fuck is that totem, by the way? I really tried to give the Russians a fucking chance. Really tried. Don't fire. I don't want them to aggro on you.
I still need a kill.
Who the hell do you need to kill?
You're open.
Yes, drones. It's a completely different fucking thing. Trust me, we are here for me, and that is because I really want to get this one stupid fucking mission done. Oh, what do you assholes have? Fuck all, goddamn. Alright. Weapons. 556. Anyone? No? Behind us. Above us. Above us. Shoddy.
The prestige system is nice, in fact I rather like it. Gives passive boosts to the standing character skills whilst resetting what can easily make the character overpowered. Personal advice? Always make friends with the NATO forces. Buy out the grenade launcher stock. Spec at least 1 point into the nade propeller skill tree. And then have fun committing Article 5 on everything that even moves on your path. It was around this point of scripting is when it had dawned onto me that I haven't actually elaborated on what makes this game even remotely beautiful. As you have noticed, the setting of the universe is awful, and is based around a topic that every hipster likes to talk about, and unironically doesn't grasp. What is the true horror of Man Unleashed? If you, and collectively all of the people around you in a 500-mile radius, were to stop what it is that they are doing right now, and return to monkey, foam from mouth, and violently savage each other into oblivion, all day, every day, for the rest of time, what do you think that would look like? Would the shapes and the scratches for historical relevance lose their value, buried away as a memory of what has been? Will there be anything that binds us together in these times, or will it be lost to the void, forever a roar until the voice dies out, leaving nothing there? This earth will never die in a hailing thunder, but a deafening applause. What brought us here means nothing anymore. What matters is that we are here. The place you debatably spend most of your time in the innards, a place once inhabited by Brooklyn Hasidic Jews. Here you will be doing most of your customization, your character selecting, your home decorating, and doing what any video gamer does. Collecting strange people who don't even seem to like you, and having them seek indefinite refuge inside of your camp. It's like Baldur's Gate all over again. I'm looking at you, Lae'zel. Here is where you can really have an ear to the music, and realize not only are they adding more, but what they already have is pretty goddamn good. And I'm not even trying to shill here, but I've only put 5.9 hours into Starfield, and that costed me a graphics card I was already going to buy anyways. It was on sale. But if I did spend that $60 on it, I might have put 8.5 hours into it instead. Its art has no soul. The art is the soul. And that's why I like it here. Even if I have to snack on the nearest rodent after catching it whilst only wearing my socks and weaponizing the nearest sharp object, my teeth. I have put 30 hours into this game at the time of writing this, and after a few updates, the lighting and the graphics are amazing, to say the least. There is an infatuation I have with this place, as you can customize it by having a fair amount of money and resources, in particular, fucking water. But you can, out of all of this, build a shrine to pray to. And with a warm embrace, as you pray to it, you hear nothing. For the gods have birthed me with a mission on hand. And I had just made it to 55 drums of water. I knew what it is I must do. It wasn't to hide here. It was to become the active combatant. I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I had taken a few breaks from YouTube, as most of the time I sadly don't have much time to myself. In fact, one of the major factors where I got to enjoy this game was that I can easily walk away, come back the next day, and not be punished for it. If people complain about the water system in this, please explain that's not even the real point of the game. In fact, my experience, far from it. Prioritize what you must, so you can mindlessly enjoy what you can, however you can. I'll be staying in tune for major updates and map developments. Personally, I'm curious what Frozen Swamp looks like, as I hope you stay tuned for any developments with the game. I may not be doing the same format all the time, but I am certain changing in video profiles, yet being the same channel, is a good thing. Adds a little bit more to the palette. I'll see you guys next time. The ball drums?
No, it's literally a white, like, it looks like a normal magazine, but it's white. I don't know how to explain it.
Huh.
It really looks weird. Honestly, I think it's like a texture glitch, to be honest, but I might be wrong. You might know better than I do. Oh yeah. Destroyed him.
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, to your point, yeah. I almost filled up a 122 kilogram pack.
Fuck yeah. You assholes better not.
I'm on my way, man. Give me a second. I'm short.
They dead.
Oh, they did?
They dead. They don't even know what the fuck hit them.
Alright, so by the way, so any observing statements you want to make on this game?
You said what?
Any observing statements you want to make? You know, other than, so like, character or enemy movement. You know, that was one of them. What else would you kind of want to point out?
At least we're headed home.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta wait for all this loud fucking. I'm 6'9". Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just so you're aware. I'm posting that in the Forever Slaughter.
That's like just below my highest kill count, which was like 71, I think.
Yeah, I'm still.
Fucking. I don't know. Fucking. Definitely the spawns. Like when they spawn on top of you, that shit is fucking annoying.
Oh, actually, so what's funny is actually I comment that already. So the reason I'm like, okay, so because I am recording this, just so you know, so you might make
yeah, no, I had a feeling.
Yeah, you might make a surprise appearance in my fucking video. But that is because that to me is actually really insightful. I didn't even think that when I was writing my script was their movement, like as goofy, as glaring and obvious as that is. Their movement is like probably one of the goofiest things of the game, because you could totally just line up all like 7 dudes in a row on a good spray.
I had to think about it for a couple seconds, and now that we're on this topic, I got a few, because not only is it the movement and the spawn rates that kind of fuck me up sometimes.
Yeah.
The hunter killers really piss me off, because it's not only just sometimes when you pick up quest items, it could be literally anything. I've realized, like, I've had games where I've picked up probably just like a box or two of fucking ammo and maybe an MRE, and it was just like
Hunter killers.
Hunter killer,
Yeah.
like for no reason, and it's just like, okay, like what the fuck did I even do? Like, and it tends to be like, it's just way too early. They need to draw that out a little bit, you know,
Or
at least put a timer on it, like a fucking 5-10 minute timer before hunter killers can even get on your ass. So you can enjoy the match a little bit, because it's annoying when you get in there and
Right
within
away.
the first 1 or 2 minutes, the first thing you grab, you get hit by a hunter killer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're getting absolutely fucking swarmed to the gills.
By the whole fucking map.
Yeah.
Because anything that passes that fucking EOD or whatever's coming after you is gonna go after you.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my biggest things. And then probably, I mean, everyone knows they need to fucking optimize the fuck out of this shit, but the only problems I've seen in this game come out of co-op. They need to fix co-op, mainly. There's a lot of weird things with co-op.
The heavy glitches on co-op are all very weird, yeah. Because, Iris's is, like, dragged back, and I've kind of concluded maybe that has to do with, like, something with her RAM, maybe. I've concluded maybe it has to do something with the graphics that she has going on, or maybe she's running something else. So that would explain why sometimes hers is as buggy as it is, just because her system is identical to kind of yours and mine, where like we have pretty good system, she has a pretty good system.
You know what you should try?
What?
Run a game solo on her rig and see what it's like, because I heard earlier she's a little bit, scared to run solo at the moment. I'm not trying to diss, I'm just being real.
No, it's true. But you could also, like, kind of look at this game and tell why.
She's scared of zombies. Like, I wouldn't want to be, if I was in her shoes and I saw fucking 50 Borgs coming out of the goddamn hills, and then you're walking along, and then they fucking come out of the goddamn floor. Like, literally, the Borgs? Alright, you know one thing? Nah, the one thing I will say, out of all the spawns, like the random spawns that happen right in front of you, I respect the Borgs, because they literally climb out of the dirt sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is scary. Like...
Oh, yeah, but see, like, but that kind of... I hate to say it kind of makes sense for that enemy, just because fucking... of what they are, right? They were made in such abundance. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them, oopsie-daisy, got buried just by coincidence.
Or like a landmine. The second you step near them, they're like, oh, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.